Hello and welcome to this cosmic guidance from expansion or from judgment to expansion today. I'm Amanda Corker and I have my beautiful co-host, business partner, and friend Angela Shakti Sparks with me, and together we are Heart Magic Healing. And at Heart Magic Healing, we're really here to help you ignite your intuitions, see your emotions as a guide, and energetically align with your desires. And so today we're here to talk about judgment, and that message is from emotions. So what kind of messages might judgment have for us? And we know there's going to be a little bit of an energetic alignment activation in here as well, so stay tuned. And if this message resonates with you, if you find this helpful in any way, we would ask you to consider a heart center donation. We'll leave our Venmo link in the description below, and you can also find it at our channel page. And if maybe it's not that heart center donation, maybe instead you're feeling called to share this with somebody else, and that really assists us as well. Help us get that word out there to others that will benefit from this. So with that, I'm going to pass it off to the beautiful Angela, and she will get us started.
Alright, so judgment. This is a big pattern in my life, definitely. So, often one of the things that for one, judgment is programmed into us, right? So, know that this is a program that we can work to release. And also, don't, when you're working with judgment, it's like don't judge yourself for the judgment you've done, right? So, noticing how that judgment shows up. Often, it's like if you judge others, you're probably judging yourself very harshly as well. And I do the same. So, just becoming more aware of when you are judging, and just starting by stopping, right? Pausing in that moment and learning to just recognize the pattern, and again, not beat yourself up like, oh gosh, I'm doing it again, but to start to appreciate, celebrate when you catch yourself in it, and then you can shift your thoughts to pull yourself out of that judgment and start to practice kindness. So be kind to yourself when you catch yourself in those moments of judgment, rather than turning that judgment around on yourself, which I know for me that's in the past what happens when I've caught myself in this, oh, I'm doing it, why do I always do that? And so just being more kind to yourself as you work with releasing this really deeply ingrained program of judgment, of judging other people and ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Remembering that kindness and compassion, that's such a key piece for helping us really move through these patterns and shifting the energy behind the patterns. And I really loved how you talked about, noticing that if you're judging someone else, you're most likely judging part of yourselves. And I think that's a key here, is that the judgment is often a mirror. And some of what seems to be happening here is that it's actually perhaps showing us some of our fears, like what parts of you are afraid or nervous. Maybe that's another way that you might see it. Which parts of you are nervous about potentially being accepted, belonging, and feeling loved. And so when you notice that judgment, kind of notice what that judgment is about. Like, what are you judging in maybe somebody else? And how might that be reflecting something within yourself? A part of you that might be nervous or scared to fully express itself. And it might not be, and many times it probably isn't, a direct correlation, and sometimes it is. So maybe it's that you're finding yourself judging and realizing like, oh, well, this part of the person is really kind of excluded, or maybe it's something that like a society has really deemed as like, this is not acceptable. So then it's like, which part of you is longing to express itself, and some belief is within you saying, this part of me won't be accepted by society for whatever reason that might be. Anything else coming through for you there, Angela?
Just around that belonging, and that's a deeply, that's a survival thing.
Yeah.
Back in the old days, back in the past, if you didn't have if you weren't accepted, if you were outcast, you literally probably die. You wouldn't have that support of your community, and so that could, not belonging could mean death. And so that, again, that's in our nervous systems, that's, in our genetics that have been passed down, and just the way we've been brought up, it's deeply ingrained in us. So again, just living that compassion as we work to release the judgment.
Yeah, so I think one of the keys there was our nervous system. And so, noticing when the nervous system is very responsible for some of that survival that you mentioned there. And we can work to reprogram our nervous system, right? So when we're in survival, we're kind of in that fight or flight. We can tell our body that, okay, yes, at one point, we might, whatever belief came up, we needed to be in that fight or flight. But in reality, right now, I actually can say I'm safe. Like, there's no bears chasing me. I might just be sitting in my room. And does it feel scary? Yes, it can absolutely feel scary, but there's not like that true physical threat right now. And so how do you reprogram your nervous system in these moments to help you begin to realize, okay, I'm safe. Like, I know I'm nervous to express this part of me, but it's going to be okay. Angela, what tips might you have for helping others begin to reprogram their nervous system in these moments?
Yeah, there's a couple of easy practices, energy medicine practices that came to mind as you were talking. And so one is bringing your hand to your heart and tapping right along, like where you're, like down from the ring finger, kind of right in this point here. And so this is on a triple warmer line, which deals with that fight or flight in the body. And so you can hold one hand to your heart and tap with the other hand, and then just take some slow breaths, extending the exhale, maybe even sighing on the exhale, closing your eyes, and you can just tap there until 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how amped up your nervous system is. You could also switch hands. And then another one that I really love to do is it's holding a triple warmer point and a spleen point. And so it's bringing one hand to your rib cage, and hopefully this would mirror. So the left side of your body is where your spleen is, and then wrapping your hand around the outside of here, and then keeping the shoulders relaxed. And again, you can just hold and breathe. When I've had my nervous system really on an edge, sometimes I'll even just do this before I go to bed and fall asleep holding myself like this. So it's very calming. And again, just hold it, close, breathe, long, slow exhale till you should feel, you'll feel where your body start to do a sigh of relief and relax it a little bit. So two easy and very effective practices.
Beautiful. Yeah, so as you notice that judgment, you begin to reprogram your nervous system. That's really when you can begin to notice more of your authenticity coming through, right? You're going to be strengthening your nervous system to say, okay, it's safe for me to share this part of me. You're really going to let your heart open a little bit more. Maybe let a little bit of that heart shield down and open to really feel and express itself. And so I think that begins to bring us into that expansiveness, right? So as we shift from noticing where those patterns of judgment are, and we bring it within and notice which parts of us might be nervous or scared to express itself, which parts might feel like they won't be loved or belong, then we can begin to love them ourselves, reprogram our nervous system, and expand. Share more of our authenticity and brighten ourselves, brighten our energy fields, our aura, and begin that expansion. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yes. Yeah. So when you're in judgment, it is closing off that access to your, what I would say, discernment, right?
Yeah.
So it shuts off your ability to discern and to discern what is best for you in that moment or in life. And so it's when we work to clear the judgment that opens it, that opens that reconnection with yourself, which is not only that expansiveness into those higher energy fields, but also where I feel you can get more clarity than just, on what's the next step in my life, or if you have, if you're in a certain situation, you're trying to make a decision, it'll help bring you to a place where you can receive more clarity and that inner guidance on what would be best for you. So that's just, it's like why work with judgment. That's another reason, not only to move into the expansiveness, but just to, because it blocks some of that clarity and discernment in your decision.
Yeah, because really that judgment is making mind or decisions from more of your ego mind. Whereas when you move through that and you open yourself up more, you're connecting more with your inner wisdom, your higher self, or your oversoul, whatever term feels right for you there, and getting more of that true intuition rather than the more limited beliefs of the mind. Beautiful. Wow. I think we're ready for our little activation here that aligns with our theme. So, Angela's going to get us started on our meditation.
Take a water, but start to find somewhere comfortable. Actually, if you have water, take a sip too, because that helps move energy. Okay. So, finding a comfortable position to relax. So this will be a guided meditation. We'll be bringing in the energy work. So Amanda will bring in the tuning forks. I will be working with my voice, vocal tuning, and just know it's all shifting energy. We have other videos that explain it more, but just if you're here today, maybe you've seen some of those as well. So relax, enjoy, receive, and then just set the intention now. Yes, please, and thank you if you are open to these energies working with you. So closing your eyes. And let's take a nice deep breath in, breathing in. Let it go. So just starting to settle in, starting to sigh and relax the body, breathing in. And let's take one more breathing and expand that breath into your body. Beautiful. And settling in now with an easy, relaxed breath. So allowing the body to expand with each inhale, relax with each exhale. And beginning to imagine that you are resting upon the earth or seated upon the earth, or even maybe standing if that feels right to visualize today. So feeling your feet or your back of your body or your sits bones connecting with the ground beneath you. And then noticing the space around you. And not so much visualizing anything, but really feeling the energy. So just feeling what you feel around you energetically. Noticing if you can sense very far out with your energy, or if it feels like you're sensing just what is directly around you, closer to your body. Just noticing, again, no judgment here, noticing what you sense in this moment. And there is no right or wrong here. There is no right or wrong. It's just simply where your senses are in this moment, where your energy is. So just feeling the energy around you. And then now adding to that, the feeling of the energy within you. So feeling the energy that's in your body, perhaps feeling the energy of your mental state, your mental energy, feeling your or sensing, feeling awareness of your emotional energy. What do you notice? Noticing from a place of being a neutral observer of what is. And this is one way to come out of the judgment, is to come to a place of being very curious and noticing what is, and just dropping into a feeling sense of what you feel within you, and noticing the energy around you. Nascoriasi, nascoriasa, ayukushudarasi, nakusudara ayana nakushina. Nakushikarasi, shukutarasi, nakutarasi. Andashudarasi, ayukutarasi, nakushudarasi. Ayakudarasi, nakushudarasi. Continuing to open your awareness. Expanding your awareness, taking in everything that you are sensing, imagining, inviting your awareness to open up even more in this moment, and being curious of what that feels like. What does that look like, feel like for you? Perhaps you are feeling a little further out from your body, feeling a little more expansive, sensing the energy, the spaciousness around you in a new way.
And perhaps you are still noticing your thoughts. And that's another place that you can observe, knowing that your mind is here, doing its best to keep you safe and to conserve energy. So just observe those thoughts from a place of neutrality.
And not having any attachment to the thoughts or anything that you notice. So just noticing, having that awareness, but not attaching to anything that you notice. So once you notice something, then come back to that place of curiosity and wonder.
Maybe you are inviting in a new perspective, using that curiosity to help you discover a new perspective of these thoughts, or what these thoughts are here to show you. Maybe you're noticing for the first time the emotions connected to these thoughts. how beautiful that curiosity is. How beautiful another perspective might feel in this moment. Beautiful to bring awareness to this. And this curiosity, new perspective, new awareness is expanding you, is allowing another layer to fall away, to open up another part of your heart. Another opportunity for your higher self to speak to you, to connect with you. Another opportunity to remember your true divinity.
The activation of what is known as your heart line. This is an energetic connection when in alignment. It aligns you with your true purpose. It aligns you with just this connection, this activation. Imagine a column of light that is going to start from think of the center of your body, and then wrap your awareness just below your belly, the golden blue light, and it's going to expand upwards and downwards, becoming a column of light that is within you. And with each inhale, expanding up on the light, imagining, sensing, visualizing this column of light expanding so that it is moving out into your energy field and surrounding your body. Just imagining something those glowing column of golden light surrounding you. And then down below the earth, your earth star chakra, imagining a line of energy, or a cord of energy, if you will, coming from that earth star chakra. And it connects into that point just below your navel, your heart point, your dantian. And then moving up to your heart center, connecting into the heart. And then rising up from the heart, connecting down to your third eye. And you can imagine these as cord connecting these points of energy on the map. And then it moves up now and it extends out through the crown of your head, up to your soul star chakra, connecting. Imagining this as beginning to connect with your higher self, and then extending up even further, up to what is known as the solar gateway chakra, and connecting up now to the imagined source, higher self. And then bring now this energy of higher self, just inviting your truth higher self, your truth source energy, come in now down through the solar gateway chakra, down through the crown of your head, connecting into third eye point, connecting down to heart, down to your head, and down to your heart. So rooting source and rooting your higher self into you. Allowing it to be integrated. just breathing now, just allowing this connection to happen, allowing this integration. And taking a nice deep breath in through your heart. And a gentle sigh as you exhale. Relaxing into the knowingness of this integration, this connection with self and source. And knowing that you can invite this connection in as you are ready. Taking a deep breath, coming back into your awareness of your present moment, the space around you. Slowly opening your